The Zephyrian High Council had made a grave miscalculation. They believed that executing the human prisoner would serve as the ultimate demonstration of their empire's power. 12-year-old Maya Rodriguez had been captured during humanity's failed diplomatic mission to the Outer Rim colonies. Her crime? Being born human in an age when the Galactic Empire had declared humanity a pest species unworthy of citizenship rights. Emperor Thalnox himself presided over the execution ceremony, broadcast live across all 47,000 worlds of the Empire. The massive amphitheater on the capital world of Zephyr Prime was packed with billions of alien spectators, while trillions more watched from their homes across the galaxy. "Let this serve as a warning," Thalnox proclaimed, his four arms spread wide as his crystalline voice echoed through the arena. "This is what happens to those who dare challenge the natural order." Maya stood on the execution platform, small and defiant despite the neural restraints that prevented her from moving. Her dark eyes held no fear, only a quiet determination that seemed to unnerve even the hardened Zephyrian guards. "Any last words, pest?" Thalnox sneered. Maya's voice was steady, carrying clearly through the amplification systems to every corner of the galaxy. "My name is Maya Elena Rodriguez. I am human. I am free. And you have just made the biggest mistake in galactic history." The execution beam fired at exactly 1432 Galactic Standard Time. What the Zephyrians didn't understand about humans was their concept of martyrdom. They didn't comprehend the way humans could transform tragedy into fuel for righteous fury. Most critically, they had no idea that Maya's parents were Admiral Elena Rodriguez of the Human Defense Fleet and Dr. Marcus Rodriguez, humanity's leading expert in quantum warfare technology. At 1433 Gulf Standard Time, every human ship in the galaxy received an encrypted message. "Maya's Light Protocol is now active." 27 minutes. The Zephyrians had spent centuries building their empire through fear and overwhelming force. Their military doctrine relied on massive dreadnoughts and planetary bombardment. They had never encountered an enemy that fought like humans, small, fast, and absolutely ruthless when protecting their own. At 1441, human stealth ships simultaneously emerged from quantum shadow across 37 key Zephyrian military installations. The Empire's early warning systems, designed to detect massive fleet movements, were blind to humanity's surgical strikes. At 1447, every major Zephyrian communication hub went dark. Dr. Rodriguez's quantum viruses, refined over 2 decades of preparation for this exact scenario, cascaded through their networks like wildfire. The empire that had controlled half the galaxy suddenly couldn't coordinate between neighboring star systems. At 1452, the real assault began. Human forces didn't target military installations or defensive positions. Instead, they struck every slave processing center, every detention facility, and every pest species holding camp simultaneously. Within minutes, billions of oppressed beings across the galaxy were free, armed with weapons taken from their former captors. At 1456, Emperor Thalnox realized his empire was collapsing. Slave rebellions erupted on 46,000 worlds. His own palace guard, many of whom were conscripted from lesser species, turned their weapons on their Zephyrian commanders. At 1458, Admiral Rodriguez's flagship emerged from quantum shadow directly above Zephyr Prime. The massive vessel's guns were trained on the Imperial Palace. At 1459, the Admiral's voice echoed across the same broadcast network that had carried her daughter's execution. "This is Admiral Elena Rodriguez of the Human Defense Fleet. You killed my daughter, who dreamed of peace between our peoples, but wanted to build bridges, not burn them. You turned her into a symbol of everything you thought was weak about humanity." The execution platform where Maya had died was now surrounded by freed prisoners of every species imaginable. They stood in silent tribute to the human girl who had died so they could live free. At 14 hours, 59 minutes, and 47 seconds, Admiral Rodriguez delivered her final message. "You wanted to show the galaxy what happens when someone challenges your natural order. Maya's answer is this: there is no natural order. There is only what we choose to build together and what we choose to tear down. The orbital bombardment began at exactly 1500 hours Gulf Standard Time. 27 minutes after Maya Rodriguez died, the Zephyrian Empire ceased to exist.